Oh my god, I can't even believe it. Between some of them, we figured why not? We'll just get some lines and then decide after if it makes sense to use them or not. But it has been a lovely start to the week. Today is Wednesday. It's actually Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for being here and being part of my community. Like, seriously, you are the ones that just make my business possible, and, you know, I just love doing this. But yeah, yesterday and Monday, I basically spent most of the day knitting and getting ready for the shop update on Friday. We are releasing the Winter Carnival collection that you saw me making last week. And actually, all of those beanies that I made last week were sent to Upcountry. So I am remaking everything because I didn't get a chance to take a lot of product photos. So that's kind of the goal for today and tomorrow, is to get all of the photos done and then all of the product listings made. I still have a couple more to finish knitting before we can do that. I wanted to pop on though because last week I basically took almost a week and a half off of Instagram, and by off I mean I literally didn't even open the app, and I'd been feeling a little bit just frustrated by Instagram and the direction I was going with it and with Smeeney. Like, I just wasn't happy with the content I was making. I wasn't seeing a lot of growth. I still am not seeing a lot of growth. But I was just like feeling like it was an uphill battle for me as a business. And I really wanted to get back on track with it because it used to bring me some joy. And I used to feel like there was so much more of a community there. And I was just happy to show up and be there. And then lately, I just feel like I just didn't want to be on there at all. And it was feeling very draining to try to get on and make posts and things like that. I mean, I still love sharing the stuff, but I don't know, I just was, I don't know, feeling untethered about it, I guess. But having that week and a half off really gave me this space to like clear out all of that energy in my mind and really allowed me to see what direction I wanted to take my content in. And you know, I feel like I'm very solid in where I want Smeeney as a business to go, but from a content perspective and how to share that, I was kind of feeling untethered about it. So I do feel like I have a lot more clarity now, and it just goes to show like the power of really taking that break and to just let yourself zoom out a little bit about things like that, especially if you're feeling stuck. And when you're in a business, you, especially as a maker, when you're making everything, it can just feel like you're the only one doing everything. You can't really take your foot off the gas of the actual in the business stuff to give yourself the chance to focus on the business from, you know, the whole perspective. If that makes sense. I'm probably not using the right terminology, but I just have a lot of big visions and goals. And also just know how I want to feel about the business. And I just know for me, like, freedom is a big deal. So I don't ever want to get myself to this place where I'm just feeding this machine and like working as a cog in this machine that I've made for myself. Like, I want to craft a business that really allows me to have the time freedom, but also can bring enough income in and support all of these causes that I feel strongly about financially. So anyway, all these things, my brain is constantly going about the business, obviously, but I just wanted to share that because if you're feeling stuck, if you have a small business or even just in life, like, take the break. I think it's really worth it. Journal about it. I was journaling a little bit. I actually pulled a tarot card yesterday, wanting to, like, you know, cement things that I wanted to release, and the card I pulled, let me show you, was insecurity. And I really was like, whoa, what did that bring up for me? Insecurity about what I'm doing, insecurity about the direction I'm going in. And I think when you're on a place like Instagram, you're constantly seeing people who are doing it more or better or whatever, and it just makes you feel like you're not doing enough. And you could very well be doing enough for yourself and what you want in your business. Or it's just, I don't know, getting bombarded all the time with like, oh my gosh, I wish I was doing more like so-and-so. Or like, oh man, how is she doing so much? But you don't know what's behind the scenes with everyone's life in business. So I don't know, don't let that make you feel bad, and just don't look at it. So I guess that's what I'm saying. I was in that space too, and it's not a fun place to be in, so I'm trying to break out of it, and I feel like I have. Like, this week feels really good. Today is actually my friend's birthday, so I'm gonna go ski a couple of laps with her, and I thought it would actually be a good opportunity to get some beanie photos, so I'll take some of the beanies up there, and then when I get back, we will go on a little walk with Aria and try to get more photos, because the shop update is coming up, and I feel prepared, but also I have a lot to do still. So yeah, let's go.
Video.
Oh, yay. Oh my god, I am back from the mountain because I lost my phone on our last round. I've never lost my phone before on the mountain, so this is crazy. So I have to run back and get it because I can't take photos for the product listings until I have my phone back. Luckily, I have an iPad and my location on it and all that stuff, so wish me luck. I'm trying not to panic. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it's fine. But I may or may not have to push the shop update back if I can't get all the photos I need. Alright, checking in on the iPad. I am back on the Gandhi, trying to get back to the spot where my location was on my phone. We looked so hard though, and I can't imagine it being that buried under the snow because, well, anyway, my friends helped me look for a little bit, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home and get my iPad and then at least hopefully ping the phone. Well, no luck. I've never lost my phone before. This is so crazy. And the frustrating thing is that I can see it on the Find My, and it's like I'm right on top of it, but couldn't find it. It's in the snow somewhere. Obviously that took a lot of my day, and I'm not gonna be doing product photos today. I guess that's a sign for me to just keep knitting and then hopefully get photos done tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go up and look tomorrow too, so my brain's a little bit all over the place. I haven't eaten today since that was what was going on. Yeah, I don't know if this will make it into the vlog, but here we are. Trying not to let myself feel too deflated about it. It's definitely frustrating and a huge setback. But it is what it is. I am out here with Aria trying to still get some product photos. I'm just gonna use this camera. It's funny, I actually have been using my iPhone for all of my product photos and all of my photos since forever. So I have to remember that I actually have other tools too, so that's okay. And then I dropped off a box of hats at Ohana because they were totally out. And so now I'm gonna make more of those when I get home. It's kind of juggling a bunch of stuff right now, and I put it all on my plate, but that's okay. But yeah, trying not to feel too derailed, and I guess this is just one of those lessons in like, you never know what's gonna happen, so just roll with it, let it flow, things are gonna be okay. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, you know, obviously it's not fun to lose a phone and have to deal with that, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. So the funny thing is, I think when running a business, as I have known for the last 6 years, things always pop up that you just don't have control over or that aren't part of the plan per se. And in some way, like, that's both the frustrating, one of the biggest challenges, and kind of the fun part about running a business is that you have to figure those things out, or just not let those types of things get to you that are out of your control, and then to figure out what actually is in your control and to do those things, and to not let things derail you, because things will come up. It's not even an if, things will come up. I mean, this is kind of a big thing, I guess, but not really, even. The funny thing is, though, I have no idea what time it is right now. I think it's a little bit later than expected. Maybe I took a little bit longer at Ohana, but it's getting dark, so maybe it's just like, you know what, walk it off. Take a walk with Arya and just release it all. So yeah, here we are. Hunt for the phone continues. It's the next day, and I'm determined to at least give it one more good try because my Find My is still pinging it in the spot that I remember dropping it. Rob's actually gonna help me today. We're gonna give it one more chance, and then if I don't find it, then we'll figure it out. But we found you. We just found you. I can't believe it. You were in here overnight. Ah! We did it! Oh my god, I can't even believe it. We found it. It is amazing. Technology is incredible, but yeah, I am so happy right now, and I just can't even believe we found it. So it is about 10 a.m. and we have a lot to do for the shop update because yesterday was supposed to be my photography day. So yeah, I need to get my act together and then go take all of the product photos, and then we'll do all of the computer stuff today. But yeah, I am just, wow. I am attempting to get all of these product photos done. Luckily, I have some photos from before and from my winter collection shop update. So I feel like I really just need to get some modeled shots for the new colors because for the most part, I have all of the actual product ones. It is quite a bit more snowy than yesterday. It's snowing pretty hard right now, but I don't know, maybe it'll be good for the pics. Snowy. Alright, that's all for now. Let's just take Arya on a walk. She is so impatient. And then we'll go home and get these edited. Okay, so we got everything edited and I just airdropped everything into my computer. I use Lightroom Mobile to edit all of my photos. It's just the easiest for me and I really like it, and it's free. So I have a preset that I use, and that's something that I just purchased way back in the day and then made little minor adjustments to it and then saved that. So you can actually save presets in there, which is really cool. I'm actually thinking about trying to get some new presets, but I haven't looked into it yet. I got DM'd the other day about what platform I use for my website and how I host the website. And so I thought I'd answer that question since we're working on the shop update stuff. But I actually use Squarespace, and this is not sponsored by Squarespace, this is just what I use, so I'm telling you about it. But I chose to use it because back when I first started the website, this was probably 2018 when I first did the website, it was just the easiest for me to figure out. Back then, even they had drag and drop features and all these really beautiful templates. So all I had to do was figure that part out. Like, I didn't have to learn how to code or anything. And they do have more advanced features. And actually, since I did my rebrand and got, you know, custom fonts and things like that, I learned how to do like the minimal coding needed to customize it even further. But what I really loved about Squarespace is that they have a lot of customizable features, and it's really user-friendly, and then you can actually upgrade the type of site you have as you progress in your business. So when I first started, I just had a personal site, and so I didn't have the shop on there at all. My shop link on the website actually just linked over to my Etsy shop, and it was really nice for me starting out because, you know, I had no clue about e-commerce or anything. I didn't know about the taxes or the shipping fulfillment stuff or all of those things, and so Etsy made it really easy to learn how to be selling online, learn my own personal workflows, and just kind of to get a feel for that before I like dove in with the website too. But then I really wanted to have a website because I feel like on Etsy it's a lot harder to customize to your brand. And so, you know, I really wanted to share the brand story a little bit better and, you know, to just have a little bit more of a connection with the people who were purchasing my items. So I used the personal site on Squarespace to make a website and then just had the link go to the shop. I think about a year after that, I upgraded to the basic commerce website, and that's still what I use today. They do have an advanced commerce option, which I haven't quite gotten to yet, but I don't think I really even need it. Like, I haven't found the need for that yet. I do know a lot of people use Shopify, and the only reason I didn't use Shopify was because back then it was a little bit more complicated and you did need to know some coding things, and at that time I was like, I don't even want to mess with that. And so I know people love Shopify and that they've simplified it now to be more, I think, template driven and things like that too. But since I already had my Squarespace website, I've just stuck with it and I really love it. Ask any questions you have down in the comments. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But again, this is just what I've used. I haven't really tried anything else. If you haven't checked out my website, I have a link to it down below too. But yeah. What a wild week leading up to the shop update. I still can't believe I found my phone. I'm just so happy that we found it. Not the end of the world, but I'm glad we found it. Today's Monday. It is a long weekend this weekend, so our schools here do a whole week off, I think. It's called Blues Break. But I got all of the orders packaged this morning from the shop update. I still need to run to the post office. It was definitely a slower shop update. I think people are either just in spring mode, or I know it's definitely still winter where I live, but maybe for a lot of people it's a little bit warmer, so that's okay. We still made some sales, which was awesome, and then I'm going to focus on stocking the local shops. But on Instagram, I've been getting a lot more questions about the pattern. And if you didn't know, I do sell knitting patterns, and I haven't released one in a while. So I think I might try to get the fireside beanie, that fold-up style, written up and doing a pattern tester call. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here on another chaotic week. I feel like the last few weeks have been so wild. That is not how it usually is in the studio, but here we are. Thank you for being with me, and I will see you in the next video.